Hey y'all, Mike with Cardboard Kingdom. Welcome back to another Disney Lorcana market update video. Today is the 25th of November. Hope y'all are doing well. Fam and I got the Christmas tree and everything set up over the weekend, which was really exciting. Also, we're able to get our hands on the first chapter product that was released. Scalping really wasn't an issue around me. There were multiple targets that had them readily available, and it was like they were selling, but they weren't. No one was buying like the whole display. And so I feel like that was really cool to see. Can't say the same for the Pokemon side of things. Those $20 ETB for the Sword and Shield era, for any of those who are familiar with Pokemon, there were people like carrying out the entire displays, and it was just abysmal behavior. But I feel like we kind of dodged that on the Lorcana side of things. Hopefully that played out in your area as well. I've seen a lot of pictures on Reddit of people finding the displays with product in stock. I know obviously there's some areas where Lorcana is a little bit more deeply entrenched, and there's just more people and not enough supply. And so hopefully you didn't run into that. Hopefully everyone had luck. I feel like they did a great job with this product, in my opinion. At least where I'm at, I had a great experience with it. Quick reminder, guys, for this upcoming weekend, so starting this Friday through the following Monday, a week from today, there will be a 10% minimum cash back, essentially store credit back for any sale or any purchases on TCG Player. If you are a subscriber for TCG Player, you'll get 13% back, so an additional 3% on everything that you buy, whether that's singled, whether that's sealed. Doesn't matter. If you make a purchase on TCG Player, you're going to get store credit back, which is really exciting. Gives you an opportunity to essentially add your play sets, add your decks, build your collection, etc., and get a decent little chunk of change back as you do so. So love to buy during times like this. Now, quick caveat, if you've been eyeing something and you're worried about it running up, it might make sense to buy it beforehand, right? If you can get a card now for $20 or wait until the Cyber Monday sale and get it for $30, but then get 10% back, well, that didn't necessarily add up. And so if there's something that you've been eyeing and you feel like other people are eyeing it too, which if you want it, there's probably a good chance someone else does, just keep that in mind and kind of weigh your options, right? Obviously, if you can get it for the same price and get that kickback, more power to you, but just be aware of that. Don't wait and then get ran up and then get your 10% back, but the price just went up 50%. Is kind of the moral of the story there. Quick reminder for anyone who wants to support the channel, I have a TCG Player affiliate link in the description of all of my videos. If you wouldn't mind clicking on that, saving it as your home, like TCG Player home button, anything that you buy through there, it costs you nothing, and it will support the channel. I get some sort of kickback there. I'm not really sure what it is, but it'll support the channel. So some of you guys have asked me how to support the channel. That is the main way and really the only way to do so. So I'd appreciate anyone who wants to do that. Moving over into some cards that are really starting to gain some traction here, guys. We're going to start with the Stitch Alien Buccaneer. Oh no, I pulled up the wrong one. This is from the collector's box. So for anyone who bought that product, I talked about it last week. It's the Stitch Alien Buccaneer card, but it's the enchanted foil version that only comes in the Stitch collector's box. I love that product and I love this card. I think the card looks gorgeous. Obviously, anytime we can get the enchanted foil on a card and then it's limited in a release in terms of only that product, that hits a lot of the collectible things we're looking for. In addition, this card is just a very good card. It's got a lot of sub traits that are going for it. It's Floodborn, Hero, Alien, and Pirate. It's a 3/4 cost uninkable that quests for 2. It's very well stat padded. It has a lot of synergies with a lot of decks, and it has the enchanted foil. And so this is a card that we've seen a buyout on, or buyout, a lot of demand, whatever you want to call it. This card was selling for around $10, and honestly, I don't know why I didn't buy any last week. I'm on video saying how much I love the product, love the card. I didn't even think to look at what the card was worth. Probably because we put it in my daughter's binder and it was kind of out of sight, out of mind. But nevertheless, this card is seeing a lot of movement, and there's just not a lot on the market. So lowest on the market right now is $40. There's only 7 cards in total available. Most recent sale was for $39.99. Before that, you see some 12s, 19s, 18, 19, etc. So a card that looks like it's going to have a lot of demand. Obviously, don't buy it at the $40 price point. There will be low listings that come in lower than this. But maybe it's a $20 card, 15, 25, I don't know, but it's it's definitely more than 10, right? And we're starting to see that be reflective. And so just, a card that's seeing a lot of movement. If you have one that you want to sell, might not be a bad idea to hop in at, $35 or 30, whatever you think, and get rid of it because it has seen a decent run up. Now, once again, I'm a proponent of anything that I can get my hands on that is an enchanted foil, and so I think that this card is one that I definitely want to hold on to personally for the long run. So, with that being said, that is where we're at with the Stitch Alien Buccaneer. Another card that's seeing a lot of movement is the Rigan Party Cy back room. Now, when I say a lot of movement, guys, it's relative. For an enchanted location, this card is seeing a decent movement. Lowest listing on the market is $40. This card was selling for down around 30, 32, 33. I think there were even some sales. Yeah, a couple at 30. So as it goes for enchanted locations, it's seen a lot of movement going from $30 to $40, 25% increase there, but there's been a lot of sales as of late. So 7 sold in the last 3-day time period, and so this is one that I at least wanted to make you guys aware of. If you've been eyeing it, might be one to make sense to pick up, or if you're in the market to sell it. $40 for an enchanted location's, pretty much cream of the crop, except for a few minor exceptions, and so it might be one to let go of if you have it. Just wanted to put it on your radar. Another card that we're going to be monitoring and that I wanted to put on your guys' radar is the Robin Hood Champion of Sheerwood. So this is a card that was, I think, at its peak, even in the last 3 months, it was selling for around 42. And it had plenty of volume there, right? 52, 58, 46. Now that we are in this lull of competitive play in terms of no DLC events, no set champs, all we have is the NA versus EU cross-continental that's going on, and then as well as we're going to get into the continentals for Europe and NA, but those are such low player pools, it's not really driving the market. This is a card that has trended down quite a bit, down to $25. Now that it's hit that price point, it's seeing a ton of volume. So when we look at these 3-day subsets, it's got 51 sold, 71, 67, 62. 62 is the last one. So what I want to say here is so this is a card that as we get into Cyber Monday and things like that, or even beforehand, if you are going to be around Lorcana for a long time, this is not a card that you don't own yet. This is one that's kind of been a staple since it came out in set 3 into the Inklands, might be worth picking up. So I wanted to put it on your radar. It's starting to see an increase in volume as the price has decreased, and so eventually it's going to dry up and it's going to start to elevate in price. And so just one that, once again, if you don't own this card and you want to play Steel or you anticipate playing Steel in the future, going to be one of your best points to buy it since it's seen this kind of drop off in price. Probably going to see it run back up as we have seen a lot of volume come in behind it. Getting back to some Azurite Sea excitement here, and actually let's talk about Go-Go Tamago, then we'll look at the more broader view. Go-Go Tamago is one that has also seen a large shift in price. This card was going for around $1. You can see this kind of V bounce that it had in terms of the overall market price. It is seeing a ton of volume as well. So 724, 637, 337, 126. We're closing on thousands copies of this card sold, and it is starting to run up in price. 349 is the lowest on the market. Obviously, you got to pay shipping if you buy this by itself, and it's a $5 card essentially. So something to keep in mind here. And cold foil for this one is going crazy. $9, or actually, let's see here. Okay, yeah, I'm thinking of a different card. But nevertheless, $10 for a cold foil. Still not bad by any means. $10 for a cold foil rare. So if you have one that you're looking to sell, heads up, a lot of value coming in from that point of view. Now, when we look at Azurite Sea as a whole, obviously today is big box release for Azurite Sea. So keep that in mind. We're going to start to see more packs open, more cards pulled, more singles hitting the market, etc. And so as we look at some of these playable cards and as we're thinking about what can we sell off to grow our collection, etc., so these cards are going to start to come down in price. And so once again, on the other side of that, if you are a player looking to grow your play sets and get some of these Azurite Sea singles that you didn't pull, you're going to be coming into a really, really good time to buy. At least that's what it would look like. Because thus far, Azurite Sea has held very, very strong. Expected value is still around $122. It has not dropped off very much at all since release. It's honestly pretty much stabilized. And so we really, really need to see some of these packs be ripped for these singles to hit the market and this overall supply to increase. And so that way, even if demand remains the same, we should see a decrease in price. Because some of these cards like the Genie Wish Fulfilled, it's a $11 rare. is the lowest on the market. And then when you look at a cold foil copy, you're looking at $24 for a cold foil rare for a set that's been out for 10 days, which is just crazy. We've never really seen anything like this as it relates to just like current sets that are being released, holding this strong in value. Azurite Sea definitely shaping up to be one of the best sets released from a pure value perspective. Another card that's a rare that makes sense to look at, Calhoun Marine Sergeant. We've looked at this one a lot. Lowest on the market is $7.15, whether you're going verified or non-verified. Once again, a card that's seen a ton of sales. 826, 660, 274, 148. Just a lot of volume, and definitely one that people are looking to have a playset of. And so might make sense to go out and get a copy, but hopefully we start to see increased listings for this card, and that's where you start to see some price regression for a lot of these rares that are getting a lot of the hype. You start to see those come down as more and more packs get open, more and more singles get listed. So as a player, I would recommend waiting a little bit. If you're a seller, I would try and probably get rid of most of these, as we're going to start to see this continue to trend down as it relates to price. And if it doesn't, then that's just like the biggest indicator ever that Lorcana has grown to a new level, because there's no way they underprinted the set right after all the success of Inklands, Ursula's Return, Shimmering Skies. So there's no reason to think there would be any sort of difference in print run, and the set is holding its value incredibly well. Now, the sealed prices are very reasonable. I think it's like $100 for a... why is there any sealed on here? I think it's like $107 for a booster box, if I'm not mistaken. Let's see. Let's get out of Azurite Sea so we can see everything. I think it's like $400 for a case and $100 for a box. Looks like Inklands is at $118, Shimmering Skies is at $112, Floodborne $140 or $134. Probably has some shipping on that if I'm not mistaken. And then Azurite Sea lowest booster box is $107. So overall, still a ton of volume on it. I think the boxes are doing very, very well. This person has 41 available, so plenty out there. Don't fret too much. There's going to be a lot of packs still to be opened over the coming weeks and months, and so we're definitely going to start to see some of these prices trend down. And then last but not least, guys, to end today's video, I want to talk about the Moana 2 promo. So we get our first glimpse at the promo. Someone who works at a movie theater overseas took a picture of the promo, of the box that they got and that they're going to be giving out during the movie release. And this is just really, really cool. I've talked about this before, how jealous I am that we don't get this here in the States. And I just think that I love what Lorcana is doing here. I love what the Ravensburger team is doing. I mean, this box, hundreds of cards, maybe 1,000 cards in here. For people who go to see Moana, they're going to get a Disney Lorcana promo handed to them when they enter the theater. Like, that is just a massive win. That is an awesome go-to-market strategy. The card looks awesome. I will say one critique I have is I would love to have some sort of unique indicator that it's a movie release promo on this card as well. So it's got the promo indicator, which is good, but if you think back to like the Spiel Essen promo, the Gamescom 2023 promo, some of the other ones I can't think of necessarily off the top of my head, any unique identifiers, but they've done that in the past. I would love to see some sort of like movie, just a unique identifier to associate it with a movie promo. I think would be really, really cool. And so hopefully that's something that as they continue to incorporate these, we start to see them more and more. Also, they haven't announced it yet, so I doubt that we're going to see it, but the Mufasa live action movie comes out on December 20th, which we're a month out from that. Some sort of Mufasa promo would just go crazy. So, obviously they can't do it for every movie, right? They've got to pick and choose. Moana makes sense. Obviously, Moana 2 is a huge, highly anticipated sequel. The first Moana is one of the most successful Disney movies of all time. It's a staple, right, for the current kind of Disney culture. So it makes sense. But, man, a Mufasa promo, like, inject that right now. I need 1 million copies of that card. So overall, just very, very exciting to see. Once again, the game's just trending in the right direction. Azurite Sea is holding its value incredibly well. Just I don't even know what I want to say. The volume at which the game is growing and progressing It's really, really cool to see, especially in a time, guys, where there's no big competitive events going on. We don't have the next Disney Lorcana Challenge event until next year. We don't have set champs until January. We've got some continental stuff going on, but that's a very select, limited amount of player pool. There's just not a lot going on in terms of competitive play, and it's obvious that this game just has an immense organic traction. It's got a huge player base and a huge demand for the cards, and it's just fun. It's just a fun game, and it's a way for us to all enjoy our time together with characters that we associate with, that we've known for our entire lives. And a lot of our cases, they're just, I don't need to go on a tirade here. You guys know how I feel about Lorcana. But welcome to everyone who's new to Lorcana. A ton of you guys have been commenting on my videos that you're just now getting into it, which is really, really exciting to see. Obviously, reach out if you have any questions. I do my best to respond to anyone who's got a question or feedback, etc. So please keep those coming. If you have any questions, do not hesitate to ask. And then we have the Discord as well. That's a good resource. But if you want some individual feedback from me, feel free to comment on the video, email me, etc. And I would love to help you out. It's nice to see the people. I mean, I got several comments this week, and the people who found my content said they were new to Lorcana and they had questions about, what would you recommend collecting? How should I go about getting this set? What's the difference between cold foil and non-cold foil? And do I need one of each? And all this different stuff. Some really, really cool stuff going on there. And then I'll end, guys, with a Brave Little Tailor art that I feel like is just very, very undervalued right now. It's something that as Lorcana continues to grow and as this thing moves forward, a card that I could see doing really well, and I've talked about it before, is the Mickey Mouse Brave Little Tailor, the alt art from the D23 2024 box. Obviously, the Brave Little Tailor to me, guys, is kind of the Pikachu of Lorcana. It's the face of Lorcana. Now, you have the Elsa that's the most valuable. That's kind of like the Charizard in my opinion. But as it relates to Pokemon, I really feel like the Brave Little Tailor Mickey art is the Pikachu. It's just the pinnacle, the face of the franchise. This particular art it was in the first chapter. It was on the first promos. It's on the trophy cards. We get it in the D23 2024 box. And this particular copy, while it's maybe the 5th or 6th copy that's been released of the card of this art, it is the first one with the enchanted foil. And I feel like that gives it some extra collectability. And just from a pure art perspective, this card is gorgeous. And so this is one that, if you're looking to grow your collection, you're looking to get started, looking to you got $50 to spend on a card and you're looking for a fun place to put it. If you like this art and you believe the same way that I do, that this is kind of the face of the franchise, this is the first artwork with Mickey Mouse Brave Little Tailor that had enchanted foil. This is a card that you've seen go for as high as, I think, like $80, $85, $78, $77. So it's at a price point now where at $54, it feels like it's had a regression that not even really justified, in my opinion, and a card that's going to have a lot of collectability moving forward if Lorcana continues on this same trajectory. And so this is one that I would recommend going out and getting if you want to add this card to your collection. Look, maybe you don't feel the same, maybe you don't like the card, then don't go out and buy it. But if you are looking to grow your collection and you're looking for cool cards that are priced fairly, I think that's a great place to start. In combination with the fact that the box that it comes out of is still valued at $290 essentially, is the lowest listing on the market. And I just think that speaks volumes to, obviously, a lot of the cards in this set are playable, but it also has the collectability of it being a promo, enchanted foil, Mickey Mouse, Brave Little Tailor art, all those different things that I talked about, I think make a ton of sense. So if you're in the market for a card and maybe something to pick up on Cyber Monday, if you're interested, I think that card makes a lot of sense at the current price point. So with that being said, guys, that is going to be it for today's video. Hopefully you guys liked it. Thank you very much for all the comments, all the likes, the subscribes. The channel's been going like crazy. And I, once again, I think that's a testament to Lorcana growing like crazy. But if there's anything you guys want to see in the future, don't hesitate to reach out. We've got a couple different videos planned for this week. I have a 50 card PSA return that is going to be delivered today. Very, very excited to open that box. It's going to be like Christmas morning. Cannot wait to get it. I have not looked at the grades despite there being some upcharges in there, which is my own ignorance, but I need to do that reveal and see the grades that I got. But yeah, nevertheless, and actually a lot of the Mickeys from this box are in there. So, anytime, and goes without saying at this point. But any card that I'm talking about, I probably own, and so you could say I'm pumping my own bags, but I just love this shit, and I have a lot of it. I shouldn't say shit. Love this stuff, and we have a lot of it, and so at the end of the day, it's just nature of what it is. So. All right, guys, that is going to be it for today's video. Thank you very much for watching. We'll be back with another video soon. Goodbye.